Well, obviously investors are reacting, guys, to all of this. As U.S. stock index futures pointing to another lower open today. Wall Street is bracing, of course, for Hurricane Irma. Ray Blanco at Agora Financial is joining us now. Good morning, Ray.
Good morning.
We should point out to our viewers that you're in Naples, Florida. How are things going there right now? And are you thinking you may have to evacuate as well?
I may have to evacuate. We're watching the storm track closely. Things are a little crazy over here right now. We've got long lines for water, canned food, gas, cash from ATM machines. Hundreds of thousands of people evacuating, so there's a lot of traffic on our roads. So it's a pretty busy scene down here.
You know, we've heard from other Florida residents that they say, well, we're Floridians, we're tough, we've been through these storms before, but forecasters are saying that this is going to be a storm of epic proportions, the worst hurricane ever in the Atlantic. Do you find that you and your neighbors, your friends, businesses there are taking extra precautions?
Indeed. I mean, we're seeing people boarding up windows, people are leaving town, people are getting set up for the storm. We've seen this before in Florida. We get this fairly often, and this is looking like it's going to be the worst storm since Andrew in 1992. So there's going to be a lot of people that haven't been through a major storm yet. But overall, I think we're seeing a pretty robust response in Florida. We're pretty well prepared.
Well, we were looking at, I know you're here to talk about markets. We were looking at some of the big insurance companies that have got a lot of Florida exposure. And I want to ask you about those companies because you are a market analyst, because we're looking at Federated, Universal, a company, HCI Group. All of these have big Florida exposure. You know, as an investor, as you prepare for the storm to come to your hometown, as an investor, you have to be asking yourself if this is a buying opportunity for these names.
Well, we'll see how the storm plays out and what track it takes. That could really affect losses. I mean, we're seeing these names that you mentioned, you know, steep double-digit sell-offs just because, you know, investors are looking at just what's going on, and they're expecting they're going to have to pay out many, many billions of dollars. But you know, the track the storm takes, if it goes up, if the center of the storm goes up less inhabited areas of the state, or if, you know, which is what we all hope, it takes an unexpected turnout to sea, although that's not in the forecast at all. I want to make sure that's very clear. You know, losses could be quite a lot lower, but it's you know, it's like it's all dependent on the weather. On the other hand, you've got upside in companies that would help with any rebuilding, like Home Depot or Lowe's, which should see an increase in sales after the storm passes over.
Home Depot, Lowe's, all those names. And we're also seeing investors heading for gold, 2017 high for gold. So safety, it's all about safety right now, Ray. Well, we're going to leave you and tell you to please be safe as the storm approaches.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Ray.